Hey everyone! We're back to playing Sonic Generations with Sonic the Autistic Hedgehog, Amy the Crazy Psychopath, and Tails the Nerdy Kid.
Hey,
Did he really
I'm the
just
one
call
who
me a
does the
psychopath
introductions in these videos.
And I thought we put that continual yep session to rest too.
I can say whatever I want to. Not to mention, it's still questionable how you can manage all that speaking in one setting.
We're not even 1 minute into the video and Knuckles is already being very infuriating to handle. Well, can't say I've went through this before. Anyway, we must move on to the next area from the Dreamcast era, with that being City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2, a busy city full of steep roads. We're halfway through the video game as well. Just need to restore some areas, collect the Chaos Emeralds, and that wraps up Sonic Generations.
It's hard to believe that we are almost done completing this video game. It feels like we just started.
It's been a really fun experience so far, and I can't wait to see what exciting adventures are just around the corner.
And after this, Shadow Generations is next. Gotta say, it sounds like an adventure-packed thrill ride waiting to happen. Can't wait to see what kind of action and surprises are in store for us.
Hold on, you're telling me we're gonna run around as Shadow for hours. That's absurd.
Don't criticism of or pessimism about something Knuckles. I'm sure you'll find it entertaining whenever we play it.
Upon release, it soared past 1 million copies. It's simply astounding and beyond anything we've encountered before. It's amazing to imagine experiencing something filled with gratitude.
Yeah, that is impressive. But didn't Sega recently reveal that Sonic X Shadow Generations will be a launch title for Nintendo Switch 2, compared to the Nintendo Switch version of the video game? The Nintendo Switch 2 version will have a higher resolution and frame rate. Sounds great, right?
Yeah, but there's a catch. And honestly, this all seems to be a pretty anti-consumer and greedy decision from Sega.
Yeah, there's going to be no great path for this vital game. Meaning that if you already own Sonic's Shadow Generations on Nintendo Switch, then you have to purchase another $50 to experience it on Nintendo Switch 2 and 60s. Can someone explain what's going on with them right now?
Yeah, actually. Sega just wants money. Literally.
Nintendo has made it very clear that there are a couple of methods for this sort of thing with Nintendo Switch 2. We have the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition upgrades, which let you upgrade your Nintendo Switch video games with higher frame rate and resolution, along with some extra content. There is no reason why Sonic X Shadow Generations shouldn't have a free Nintendo Switch to upgrade.
I simply can't wrap my head around the fact that the reign of the Nintendo Switch is drawing to a close after nearly 8 years of gaining greatness.
Yeah, what were your favorite video games on Nintendo Switch? I really loved playing Princess Peach Showtime. It was like jumping into a whirlwind adventure with sparkle and fun.
Well, if you're talking about the best video games on Nintendo Switch, almost nothing beats Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They literally brought everyone back. Not to mention, so many new characters were added like Banjo and Kazooie, Byleth, Joker, Kazuya, Pyrrha, Mythra, Sora, Steve, and so much more. It's the best-selling fighting video game in the Nintendo Switch, and it has so much extra content, including the best classic mode in the entire Super Smash Bros. Series. In terms of my opinion, at least.
Well, for me, I'd say Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It felt so satisfying to play a 2D Super Mario Bros. Video game that didn't revolve around New Super Mario Bros. Or anything.
Actually, I quite like New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS.
Did I ask? Now shut up before I throw you in a pile of planks of wood. You would fit perfectly in there because of your disposition. And not just that. I'll tell the creator of this YouTube channel to take you out of the videos.
You really think he would? I'm basically the equivalent fourth member of this YouTube channel. I show up more than Shadow for crying out loud. And because of what you said about me, that's strike two.
Whatever. Now back to Super Mario Bros. Wonder. They literally introduced one of the best gimmicks to any Super Mario Bros. Video game. Whenever you see those Wonder Seeds, you know something weird. Yet entertaining will happen. Not to mention, the video game looks very appealing. And the soundtrack is amazing.
All this discussing about the Nintendo Switch honestly makes me wish Sega didn't stop making consoles. But I understand since it's primarily due to the commercial failure of the Dreamcast.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but the explanation behind it is incomprehensible.
Yeah, we had the SG-1000 Master System, Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, Game Gear, Sega CD, Mega CD, Sega Pico, 3-X, Sega Saturn, and Dreamcast.
Well, I really like the Sega CD. It's so cool to see amazing adventures unfold with such awesome graphics and sounds.
The Sega CD. Really, it was barely even a console. It's more of an extension to the Sega Genesis. I know you chose that as your favorite because it included Sonic the Hedgehog CD. But as for the 32X, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Knuckles, I really don't know how to respond to that statement.
Well, I do. And that is the 32X is even worse than the Sega CD. And Knuckles Chaotix doesn't save it whatsoever.
You take that back. Besides, the 32X has plenty of other fantastic video games to hold it up strong.
Oh yeah, like what exactly?
Well, there's Virtua Fighter. There's...
Yeah, I'm taking that silence as there not being that many video games to make the 32X even worth it.
Thanks, Big Blue. That's the first time I've ever been stolen.
Get ready to speed through Seaside Hill in Sonic Heroes, a vibrant palace nestled right by the ocean, where excitement meets adventure. Keep your eyes peeled for hidden passageways and boost paths. You never know what surprises await in this coastal wonderland.
Oh, Tails, you didn't explain what your favorite video game on Nintendo Switch was? Do you want to share what it is?
Yeah, I would say it's Super Mario. I'd say it's a love letter to everything in Super Mario and a true return to the three collectings that had been absent for a bit. The new power-up system really spiced up the game, making every level exciting. Plus, the unique skills each form offers add layers of fun that keep the adventure fresh and thrilling.
Oh, would ya look at that? Seems like we're all into every thrilling Nintendo Switch game out there. Everyone except Amy, who's all about those sweet and wholesome vibes. But hey, that's a different adventure altogether.
I'd be really excited to hear your thoughts and make content that you're passionate about, so feel free to share your ideas. What adventures or challenges should we dive into next together?
I have a great video suggestion for us to do on this YouTube channel, and that is to watch the 6-episode streaming event of the Knuckles TV series.
No!
Do you want us to get copyrighted Knuckles? Not to mention, why are you constantly talking about that series? We reached the 8-minute runtime of this video and you're still doing this.
Sonic?
Like, just shut up already about that.
Bro, can you stop complaining in my ear for like 2 seconds? You're giving me a headache from your whining.
You still don't have ears, Knuckles!
You don't think I know that. But Sonic, if you're going to indicate the faults of the Knuckles TV series without thinking about what you said, then the least you can do is pay attention with your ADHD-looking self.
What? I just said you've been commenting on that series for quite a while now. That doesn't mean I have ADHD or anything.
Although it hasn't been officially confirmed, I can examine your behaviors that align with ADHD characteristics right now.
Fine. Explain it to me.
Now let's start with hyperactivity. You are the epitome of constant motion. Even when in idle animation, you tap your foot impatiently, a sign of restlessness. Next, impulsivity. You often leap into action without a detailed plan, relying on your instincts and speed to navigate challenges. Next, inattention. You can be easily sidetracked, changing your directions to collect rings or explore new areas, sometimes losing sight on your primary mission. Next, risk-taking behavior. Your tendency to challenge powerful foes head-on without much deliberation showcases a fearless, sometimes reckless attitude. And finally, short attention span. You often lose interest in tasks that don't involve action or excitement. But when you do find that perfect mix of adrenaline and purpose, you become an unstoppable force driven by raw determination and the thrill of the challenge.
Knuckles, you literally copy and paste all that information from another YouTube channel. At this rate, we're going to get Grand Theft Auto 6 before Knuckles actually says something smart.
Okay, I admittedly took inspiration from that YouTube channel with all that information, but maybe that would help you understand that you have ADHD.
Yeah, after Knuckles listed all the reasons why you have ADHD, I somewhat agree.
What? You actually believe all of this? I mean, some of those details that he listed may be somewhat true, but that doesn't mean I have ADHD, just like what Knuckles mentioned. It hasn't been officially confirmed by Sega themselves, so take it a grain of salt, will ya?
Sonic, in all important respects and as your friend, I came to share some unexpected feedback and say that Knuckles is actually right. I mean, your attention span is nearly non-existent sometimes. Sonic.
Huh? Oh, my bad. I was just focusing on how this room perfectly matches my color. What were you going to say, Tails?
And this pretty much proves you've got ADHD. No further evidence required beyond this point.
Okay, how about instead of discussing that I have an attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder, known as ADHD for short, which is clearly false. Stop spreading information that's not true. We just enjoy the video game like how it was supposed to be in the beginning of the playthrough.
Greetings once more, you pesky little critters. Did you really think you could escape the brilliant Dr. Eggman? I'm here, ready to outsmart you again.
Oh
This
my
guy,
gosh,
I'm
you
done
have
seriously.
no
You're
idea.
so
You're so
bad.
lame, I
I
swear.
wish you
What
never
are you
came
doing
around here again.
Why, yes, of course. Get it out of your insignificant little feelings. Anyway, I just so happened to notice your conversation that you, Tails, and Knuckles disrespected the Sega CD.
We didn't really say anything hurtful about the Sega CD, but whatever. What's it to you, Eggman?
Well, I just so happen to very much enjoy the Sega CD. Not to mention, I've been feeling particularly like tormenting my least favorite rodents. Do you all know what that means?
That you'll leave our lives and never return?
Incorrect. Unleash yourselves. My magnificent invention spanning countless ages.
Metal Sonic? Mecha Sonic? Mecha Sonic Mark II? What are you doing here at a time like this?
I'm glad you asked. Since I have no way of physically tormenting any of you, I'm just going to go into lengthy detail as to why you are wrong about the Sega CD.
Yeah, I'm not here for a history lesson.
You seem to fail to remember that we were estimated to immediately eliminate you right here. Not surprising, since only someone who is lacking knowledge or awareness would forget something so uncomplica. Ted!
Despite that pause between that statement, I noticed that you're in here interrupting our recording of Sonic Generations uninvited. Now then, what do you have to say for yourselves?
I would initiate my statement by saying that the annoying yellow fox and the stupid red echidna have bad opinions on practically everything they speak of.
Hey, screw you, Tin Can!
As for Sonic the Hedgehog, your accomplishments in life are impressive. However, you will never have anyone attractive in your life, knowing how hideous you are. You are desperately in the need for professional help.
Never in my life did I think I'd get dissed by a bunch of scrap metal in a YouTube video. Now that you disrespected us, can you please leave Restoration HQ now? You've already dealt enough damage in here as it was by busting down the door without any care.
I'll proceed, but not under your command. We follow no directives from one so clearly lacking in prowess. Stand aside, for our path is guided by strength and not by the whim of the inept.
What did I just watch?
I'm literally asking the same question.
Just them talking gibberish, that's what. We can't even play this video game without Eggman ruining our fun. Now then, let's pay attention to this cutscene.
Pay attention. You can't even pay attention for more than 5 seconds, you ADHD hedgehog.
Shut up!
Fine, keep avoiding the truth.
When the Sonics accelerate through time, they fix space, returning color and life.
Then I guess we have to run like there's no tomorrow, or there won't be a tomorrow.
It takes a mighty foe to trap a ninja. Be on your guard, Sonic.
All right, now that we successfully completed every stage from the Dreamcast era of this video game, it's time to do more challenge acts.
But at least these challenge acts don't take that long, unlike the ones from Shadow Generations.
Yeah, but just so you know, I don't have ADHD. Please stop bringing unnecessary accusations in here. You're blabbering harder than 𝗦𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗃 right now, and the difference is I can actually tolerate him.
Tell them the truth, Sonic.
All right, with that challenge act perfectly concluded in the Dreamcast era, we can now encounter someone locked behind those boss gates. Hey, Shadow, I assume you're here because of the rival battle, isn't that right? Well, if you think you're going to outspeed the fastest thing alive, you've got another thing coming.
Indeed. My purpose here is able to be understood. This is where your path ends. But remember, there are always shadows in the dark, and I'll be there, ensuring that chaos finds its balance.
Well, there's something that keeps us away from each other. Plot armor. And because of that one reason alone, the chances of you winning are pretty low.
What does plot armor have to do with this? It's as if destiny has already decided the outcome, bending reality around them like a shield, mocking the very essence of true battle.
Hey, you gotta love how plot armor works for me. Speeding through life with a heads up on every twist and turn. So here's the deal. You're never catching up, even if things don't go my way. You're always a step behind. Race me all you want, but you'll never outrun my confidence.
Futile attempts to deceive me will only lead you to an inevitable end. I see through your lies.
And I see through that bullet hole in Maria's chest.
Dang!
Say that again. I dare you.
Oh, I will. You can bet your last ring on it.
Okay, all of you calm down. We have a no-violence policy in Restoration HQ. Let's take a deep breath and work together on finding a peaceful solution, because we're all on the same team here.
Do I look like I want to spend quality time with you? You spent all your life chasing someone who tramples all over you, and you expect me to grow from your words. I'd rather recreate the events of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 than to follow your delusion. Now get out of my sight.
All right, geez. I'm simply just trying to remove that negative impact in you.
That's a bit harsh to say, don't you think, Shadow?
I simply couldn't care less. But as long as you get caught being very sensitive, I'll show curiosity or concern about it. However, don't expect me to linger. I've got my own mission to focus on.
You're saying that as if Gerald Robotnik never got caught lacking by Guardian units of nations in space. You should be a bit more self-aware about your own problems before I continue shooting my shots.
Your endless chatter is just a distraction from what's really important. And without the thrill of a real challenge...
Dang!
Curse it. Your existence frustrates me. Disappear from my sight.
Shadow, stop screaming. You're going to get everyone in Restoration on us if you don't shut up.
As if I had the empathy to listen to you.
You see, no matter how fast you run, or how tough you try to be, I've got the skills and the speed to keep moving forward, leaving you in the dust every single time.
Whatever. I will extract my revenge whenever we play Sonic Adventure 2 on this YouTube channel. Regardless of how your achievement in defeating me put me to sleep, I will not stop until I get what's rightfully mine.
Oh, so we're jumping into Sonic Adventure 2 on the YouTube channel soon. Sounds like a blast.
Yes. As well as Shadow the Hedgehog 2005.
Nice! Can't wait to see Maria get shot on screen.
Salutations to those incredible fans who endlessly cheer for this YouTube journey. This is The Simpsons fan effects Camden Johnson, Optimus 6 Studios 2024, Sean Edwards, and Princess Lofert's the Hedgehog. Thanks again for watching. Anyway, I have some unfinished projects to work on. Have an exceptionally good day, everyone.